Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade, at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. I just got a couple of errors on where I am sharing this out. So whenever you are watching or listening to this, welcome. So today is Spiritual Freedom Saturday. And I'm going to be talking about our theme as we do, as I show up live daily. Our soul guidance and being guided with ease, grace, and flow. So spiritual business success then comes from that place of ease, grace, and flow. And manifesting life work balance comes from that ease, grace, and flow. And so I say Spiritual Freedom Saturday, it actually is Wednesday. And we have hit 2024, which is amazing. And so I did have some of the holidays off, and I kind of came into my office stroke dining room, my niece's dining room. And after a few days off of just chilling and just being in that space of ease, grace, and flow. So it's felt amazing. So hopefully you've had an amazing 2023. Some of us have said that we haven't, but you've set the vision with me to have an amazing 2024 and beyond. All right. So let's dig into this episode of spiritual freedom and what that means to you, and that allowing that soul guidance. So for me, as part of doing the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, is talking about living an intentional life and having that vision of freedom, because it's a higher frequency, and having the value of freedom, and having the raising our vibration to elevate to the level of freedom. And what I call the Seven Freedoms, it's short for an acronym. It's called the Intentional Living Coach. Cheers to Financial Freedom Frequency. So every single day on the podcast, on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, I show up live and support you. I raise my own vibration. If I raise my vibration, no matter what, whether you do anything or not, it's raising the vibration of the collective. And so the spiritual freedom is the glue. But behind all of this is just, moving in that ease, grace, and flow. And so what I want to do on every single episode is share my vision, and share my journey, my spiritual awakening, and hopefully you'll share yours, or it'll feel inspired. That soul guidance for me is when I was awakened, going through my awakening and understanding that we are souls having a human experience, and following that soul guidance. So I was just on a call with one of my co-authors, my soul sisters, and we'd spoken last week, but we hadn't spoken and had a session and teaching and all the things in a really long time. And the call ended up being like 3 hours. So shout out to you. You know who you are. I won't say. Absolutely amazing. That soul guidance. And we were talking about all the things. I said, you do know this is content, right? I was talking about the soul guidance. I say soul guided influences, right? I'm not a guru, don't claim to be a guru, don't want to be a guru. That's not what I aspire to, but I definitely know that we have influence, right? So that soul guided influence, we're guided. And so I've created the Soul Legacy Academy and the framework for spiritual biz YouTubers to show up, speak out, and serve deep, right? And I was guided. It was downloaded. So I kind of don't take all of the credit for it, like we because we just don't. But it was that soul guidance. So sometimes you don't necessarily listen to that soul guidance. Sometimes it's like, I'm in my humanness, I'm just gonna go blip along and do all the things. And so, and my soul sister and I, my student and I, she's amazing. So I will learn from her as well. She was saying, she called it a tornado, like, when you just have chaos. So I say chaos seeming to unfold in your life. I didn't know what that was. And in order to get to the soul guidance, that ease, grace, and flow, we've got to be aware, right? And sometimes when we're elevating and we're raising our vibration to the highest vibrational frequency of love, joy, empowerment, appreciation, and when we're raising our vibration, where we shed the old vibration, which sometimes, and I talk about in my book, which sometimes looks like chaos is unfolding and life is not happening for us. It's like happening to us or at us or beating us down. And this tornado feels like a whirlwind and a storm. And then there's that calm. And then there's that ease, grace, and flow. And so we were discussing it, and it's like, yeah, um so my soul sister is talking to me. Robin's telling me off. She just full named me. Thank you, Robin, for full naming me on Telegram. She actually called me Iona Meade. I love that. I don't think she's ever said that. I say woman to Robin all the time, but yeah, I'm distracted. But yeah, I think that's really funny. So we bring in, we call in when we raise our vibration. Robin forwarded my book, if you don't know. And we've got like that soul sisterhood and that, just that fun, So when we are guided and we are awakened, in order for us again to get to that ease, grace, and flow, chaos seems like it unfolds in our life sometimes. Not all the time for our awakening, but it has been multiple times for me. What has it been like for you? I didn't know that the shedding, like I literally like a shaker. What is it that they do? Like with the gold. Oh, yes. The gold or diamond or whatever it is. Like, when they shake the dirt and they shake and then what's left, it's like that for me. That's how I visualize it, like that shaking. And then it's like, ta-da, you're shining. But it's like, it's been painful. It's been rocky. It's been disruptive. Everything's falling away. For you to just stand there naked, you know what I mean? And so I didn't realize that it was a shedding of my own vibration. I didn't realize that in order to rise and reside at what I call the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency, that there were certain things that I needed to let go or say no to. So the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is all about us coming together and just acknowledging how we feel. So how do you feel today? We rate our vibrational frequency every single day, right? Between a 1 and 11. And I talk about this and I really explain this in really great detail in my spiritual business vision board. And we had a vision board party and a Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. And the link is in the show notes and in the description of why we rate our vibrational frequency the way that we do. So I'm not going to dive into that here. But on the vision board challenge, we break down our life into these 7 areas, these 7 freedoms, and then we build it back up again and we build it intentionally. And so we rate how we feel. So how do you feel between a 1 and an 11? 1 is meh. 11 is like woo woo, soul flow. We're not in funk, soul funk and soul flow. So we're in flow and everything's popping, people, things, everything's just vibrating at that frequency. We're like, yes. And so the Saturday or day 5, no, say day 6, sorry, of the vision board challenge is about freedom, spiritual freedom. And again, it's the glue, it's the thing that it's the engine, right? That has all of the other areas. And if you don't know, for the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, each area. So Monday, I talk about contribution freedom, how you are living on your purpose. On Tuesday, I talk about health freedom, balancing that health and wealth. On Wednesday, I talk about the emotional freedom, emotional guidance scale, going up and down the emotions scale. And that's going to determine how we manifest. And on Thursday, I talk about environmental freedom, teaching online and traveling while we teach, because that's where I'm at. Relationship freedom is on Fridays. Our soulmates, our soul tribe, soulmate, that soul family influence and that soul tribe impact. And Saturdays is spiritual freedom, that soul guidance in ease, grace, and flow. And then on Sunday, I talk about soul clients and financial freedom. So when we apply this concept of and the ideas behind, or where am I in ease, grace, and flow in each area of my life, like, so when I think of spirituality and my contribution, we pair them, right? So like for Monday, we talk about contributing, how you want to contribute in the world. I'm guided, like literally, like I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I relied on my humanness, because I would absolutely say no, definitely not. It's been a 15-year journey for me, and it's like, wow. And I wanted to share that guidance. So what that guidance looks like for me, how it's showing up. And when I've done my vision board, I want to look at for my contribution, I want to look at how's it showing up for my health, the spiritual, the nudges and your intuition and your guidance and your listening. How's it showing up for my emotions? How is it showing up in my environment? How is it showing up in my relationships? How's it showing up in my just that spiritual connection? And how's it showing up in my finances? So I will say that when we look back over from one Saturday, Spiritual Freedom Saturday, to the last Saturday, which is what I invite you to do every single week, when we touch spiritual freedom, we've done the vision board, and then we journal, right? And we follow that up like 4 times in the month. So when we look back over this last week, when you look back over this last week, where have you followed that soul guidance? Where's the universe giving you those signs and those confirmations and that synchronicity? When you do your vision board, you're so clear. You've got that deep clarity that you're like, yeah, it's already done. It's already done. That vision is already in your vibrational, in your vortex, right? In your vibrational world. It's just being in alignment for it to show up in the visible world, right? And so we don't just focus on one area of our life at a time. For me, for the 7 freedoms, is like daily. I want to talk about it daily. I want to talk about each area daily. But when I'm looking back and then I'm setting the intention, the intentional living over this next week is like, okay, what do I need to tweak? What has gone really well? What do I want to keep on doing? So when I think of contribution, the call that I had today was amazing. Just listen, the goosebumps. Not just me, like my soul system, my student, my client, soul client, because that's what I talk about, part of my soul tribe. In my soul age, that was on my vision board. And it is a blessing to be able to see someone who is so amazingly talented and gifted, who has all of the pieces there, and then to be able to help alchemize that, go for that spiritual alchemy, and boom, create a soul signature system from that. That's my jam. Like, that's the spiritual essence of it's not just me, it's that co-creation at its best. And I said in the middle of the session, the Bank 50K in 50 days session, okay, when there's 2 people, it creates third mind, right? I love it. So that spirituality, that's where I'm feeling it, right? In again, who I'm speaking to. Did you see that? Who I'm speaking to, who is drawn to me, set those intentions. Like I had some stuff I came into, again, to work at the office, which is my niece's dining room. And I had some stuff to set up and send out and to organize. And I'm like, yeah, that's done. I had, I'll jump to the finances because my card kept getting declined. There's money in the bank, but the card was declined just, I think it was New Year's Eve. And I was like, I'll deal with it. And I went to the shops today, and luckily I had money in my phone case, because I don't carry money around me. It was a gift coming in. My auntie, she's amazing. My mom's sister sent me money for Christmas. I'm like, oh, she's amazing. She doesn't usually either. Like, she does get me birthday stuff for gifts and stuff, but I didn't expect it. And I was like, oh, that's so lovely. But if I hadn't had it, if she hadn't sent it, I'd been like, oh. So it nudged me to do other things. And because I've given up my home, it nudged me to change my address on my banking, because I know that, oh, well, if I have to order another card, it's going to go to my old address. All these things, the little things that you need to tie up. And I'm like, okay, that's the thing. So as the new year starts, it's like, okay, what do I need to do more of? And I need to do more of those things. And it's just beautiful, that reminder. But the way that it plays out, like, this is declining. And when I rang, I didn't realize that I could ring directly through the app, but I rang, and they said, and the lady was amazing. She's lovely. And she said, she was trying to sort it out for me. She said, this is not registering as declined. It's not showing up anywhere. It's just doing it. So it done it twice. It was my nudge, as I believe. And I just think, okay. So in terms of the finances, and then my ex of 7 years, he was like, "Oh, how you doing?" and blah blah. And I haven't seen him since he helped me with a house and stuff. And it's going to be my daughter's 21st, so he is like, support with that. And how are you doing? And blah blah blah. And was like, "I'd like to give you a gift." I'm like, "Don't be silly, you don't have to do that." He's like, "No, I'd like to." Da, da, da. But it was just so nice. And I said, "No." And then I remember what Robin said, and she said, "No, just say thank you." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." It was just so lovely that we're always, we always get whatever it is that we need from whatever source we need it from. And again, the finances, sending out an invoice. I haven't sent out an invoice in years. Yeah, I hadn't sent out an invoice in years, and I was just like, huh? It's like, okay, I'm putting this together and putting this package together, and the students are coming to the mastermind, and just it's a story that I will tell, and I'll tell more of, and it's just so beautiful. It's like, wow. And then for my health, oh my gosh, I was like guided. I was like, if you know me for health, I was doing V Shred. I have that on my vision board, but before that, I'd do Insanity, and there's no other workout that actually touches Insanity. And I'm like, I'm just going to do it again. I'm going to invest and I'm going to pay for it. And then I'm like, let me have a look. And I looked on YouTube, and like most of the stuff has been taken down. And 11 years ago, there's all 60 something days. I'm like, I know it. I know it when they're saying it. I don't have to look. I don't have to, because I've done it over and over and over again. I'm like, I'll just do it like that. So I'm guided, and I feel amazing. It's day 3 today. Is it day 3? Yeah, day 3 today. Yeah. Fit test day 1, day 2. Day 1, day 2. Yeah, day 3. Feel amazing. Already I can feel the results because I've been fasting. I got my health, I got my food right first because I'd been emotionally eating, and I was just guided, and just it feels amazing. When you've got something, because on my vision board, I've got my hench self. I've got a vision of being hench and being on the beach. And I'm like, okay, what better way to start it? It just came in. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I haven't done Insanity for a few years. I had an injury, and I've been split with my ex, my twin flame, for 2 years. And we had done it. And I can't remember if I'd done it after that, but I'd never finished it. I'd done it like twice, I think, maybe 2 or 3, but twice, I think. I'd done it when I was my 40th. And I'm 50, and I've done it again, and I've dabbled in it, and I was like, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to go for it. So I'm really excited about that. And the water that I'd got on my vision board before, I hadn't seen that I've been here back in my old, second hometown for like about 6 weeks or something, 6-7 weeks, I don't know. And I hadn't seen the water. I was like, I'm going to go get bottled water. I had some, and it's the water that I normally have. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's just like asking it is given. By my emotions, I'm just ecstatic. I'm just really happy. Changes have happened, and I'm like, when you think, oh, I'm resisting that change, that doesn't feel really good. And Christmas was like not a cool day for me. And I'm like, yeah, just back. Environment, again, I'm staying with my sister-in-law, so that's like, okay, I was going back and forth, and now I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be there, and then I'll come and I'll do my work, and it just feels amazing, and just settling, and just giving myself that 60 days. I'm not going traveling in between that time. I want a beach body anyway, and I've got stuff to do, and I've got stuff to record, and I'm like, just be calm. This spiritual digital nomad stuff, just prepare, do that, give yourself that stability. And so that feels really nice, and I'm sleeping amazing. I feel really good. What else? So emotions, health, environment, relationships. Ooh. So I shared about on the last Relationship Freedom Friday, which wasn't actually the Friday. I think it was the Sunday that I was doing it again, because it's been the holidays. So I'm just like, my relationship with me and me is like paramount. And so I've just had fun, and I went out for cocktails, and then I went out for a date, which I was talking about, which I'll talk more about on Relationship Freedom Friday. So you have to wait for a full update, but an account. But the date was a no. And I was like, even if this is not the one, I know that I'm close. I just feel it in my bones. And I'd gone on Bumble, and within 20 minutes, I was on. And there was the connection. I'd gone on a date the week before, and I'd been speaking to that guy for a week. There was a connection there, but not all of the 7 C's that I'm going to be talking about. So I'll share those on Relationship Freedom Friday. And then I was like, well, that's a no. And I came back off the date, and we'd both like came off Bumble. So I signed up for Bumble, and there he was. He had the same thing. As soon as he got home, he signed up for Bumble, like next. And I was like, what is that? Like, nah, this sucks. This is not the story that I'm gonna tell. I was disappointed in the sense of I thought that it would, but then I discern even more. That guidance is helping me. The spiritual freedom is helping me to meet who I need to meet, to up level, to give me the contrast. So it definitely gave me contrast. And I walked home, I was like, that's not the story. That's embarrassing, for one. Like, what the heck? And two, like, no, that is not the story. I've got my vision board. I'm doing the work. Bring me my dude. So I went back onto Tinder, and which I thought I'd never be on again. And I blind swiped again. I just blind swiped. And within an hour, I've just asked him, actually, because I'm talking to somebody. I've got a date on Saturday, and I'm like, okay, then. So it was in an hour that I've manifested this dude. I didn't talk to that many people. Again, when I signed up for Bumble, I hadn't finished setting up my profile, and that guy was guided to me, who I went on the date with. It allowed me to release a lot of fears that I had, not loads, but fears around health, fears around ageism, fears around, like, I've had a lot of losses. So this guy had a pacemaker, and had a heart attack, and I was like, oh gosh, and he was younger than me. So it's like, I didn't feel fear of it. I didn't feel like, oh gosh, if he dies, then I won't be able to cope, which is like, I've had a lot of losses in my life, and I'm like, I don't want to go through that. And I realized that I'd already been through it when I was younger. So I'd released, and he's younger than me. So like by 9 years, but I wasn't going to go out with somebody that was even older, a lot older than me. And then I had, over the dating site, talked to people, and it was just releasing a lot of stuff, I suppose. And my ex-husband is 7 years older than me. And on New Year's Eve, no, New Year's, yeah, was it New Year's Eve? New Year's Day, he said, Happy New Year. And I was like, I hadn't seen that dude for like 10 years. And he helped me with my home and clearing. We had furniture together from our house, and our bankruptcy, and our house repossession. And and I literally thought of him, and he popped into my world twice in like a few weeks. And really, I'm so grateful. And I think I've heard maybe a couple times since August, when I gave up my home. And he said, Happy New Year. I was surprised, but it was really nice. And if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have said Happy New Year to the guy that I was with for like 7 years, and got the gift for my daughter. And do you know what I mean? And so he said, tip of the day, along with this Happy New Year's message. And I said to him, you do realize this is content, right? This is soul guidance, is what I'm sharing with you, is acknowledging that the universe is giving me what I need, and giving you what you need, right? And I'm saying thank you along the way. So this is how life manifests, right? So he said, by the way, tip of the day, John C. Maxwell. And I'm like, huh? And I'm thinking of the singer Maxwell, because he is fine. And so he's like, I'm like, well, oh, I get it. The guy that does intentional living. This is intentional living that I'm teaching. So I remember when I was looking up intentional living, and coming across the words, and coming across the definition about 5-6 years ago now. I came across him, and I bought his book, and I hadn't listened to it. I was listening to it today, and he said, what is your legacy? That's your intention, your intentional life. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so my ex is like, well, And I've come across, and I said, what do you recommend? I've got his book. What were you thinking? And he was saying this different stuff, and he's gone on his journey, and things have just gone full circle. It's just amazing, really amazing. So that's my ex-husband, who I got married to on Cocoa Beach many moons ago in 2007. Yeah, seven. And wow, was it 2007? Damn. 2017, 7. It's 2007. Yeah, it weren't no 2017. It's 2007. Anyway, long time ago. Wow. And sorry, sniffing. And so the guy that I matched on Tinder, I matched a couple of people and was talking, but this guy stood out, and he said he was about to quit. And he's like, yeah, it was about an hour, about 5. And I said, I signed up at 4 because I've got the registration code. And I said to him, I haven't finished my bio. I've got to, before we get on a call, I want to do a video call before I go on more dates. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Anyway, it turns out that I would like to actually have that element of surprise when I meet my dude. So I said, I've got to update my profile before I get on a call. So, but you're very clear as what it is that I'm looking for. So he's like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, my person, my dude, my man, my gentleman, my one, my soulmate, my husband, ultimately marriage. And he's like, yeah, well, same. I'm like, you're still in my inbox. And we had a call for 3 hours last night, and we've got a date on Saturday. So let's see. He tends to think that, well, I think we both tend to think that there's there's potential there, but I've been on dates and it's not transpired into the physical, so I'm not jumping ahead. That is what I'm telling you. I'm not jumping ahead, but I'm jumping ahead. And, obviously you asked the question if you're dating for marriage. Have you been married before? Yes. Okay. I got married. And he's like, yeah, I got married. I went to Florida. I was like, did you? It's like, yeah. And I'm thinking, no way. And he's like, yeah, I got married on the beach. And I was like, which beach? He's like, Cocoa Beach. I'm like, I got married on Cocoa Beach. It's like, how in the world? Like, I want a beach wedding, but I always felt like, that my spouse might think I'm trying to replicate the wedding for my ex-husband, but I'm not. I just want to get married on the beach. He's got married on the beach. I'm like, summer wedding? So we've really vibed. Again, if it's not him, I have no what the universe is doing. I literally don't know. But it's on my vision board. I did my vision board 3 weeks ago, something like that. And the relationship again. And that's how that soul guidance is manifesting for me. It feels phenomenal. What else has happened in the week? Loads of little things, loads and loads and loads. Just that spiritual freedom and that guidance, it just feels amazing. So what is manifesting? Where are the signs, the synchronicities and the nudges? What are you listening to? What are you following through on? Right? It's important to follow that. Excuse me, that's soul guidance. All right. What I want to do is express gratitude, right, for all of the things, right? So the way that we do gratitude on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is to say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. So it could be something in the past, something in the present, or something in the predicted future, meaning your vision board. So you're going to need to do your vision board, right? And we bring in all of the 7 areas. So contribution freedom, health freedom, the frequency of that, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. So I call this soul speaking into existence as part of my journaling process, right? So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate the call that I had today for the Bank 50K 50 Day session. It was amazing for someone to trust and to come to the session so open, so vulnerable, so fully willing. At an 11 plus, I scale between a 1 and a 10. How ready are you to take 11 plus? Is like, yes, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health, actually being supported in my health and making those really good choices. It feels phenomenal. I feel really good in my body, really good. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that my hair's growing. My hair's growing because when I went through the burnout, it'd been falling out and I didn't even realize. So I'm really happy and grateful that it's growing. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotions. I've just laughed so much. I giggled like a big girl. Like, just, yeah, just really lovely. Life feels really good. Excuse me. Happy and grateful and appreciate the environment. My sister-in-law has just been amazing. Super, 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 super supportive. She actually was going to the shops. I'd done my workout and she's like, do you want something from the shops? I'm like, I'll just have some soup or something. And they were getting fish and chips. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said, and her partner had gone, and I had come downstairs late because I was on the phone, and he'd already been, so he was on his way back, so I didn't get it. And she said, see, the universe said no. Like, yeah, because you're trying to sabotage me. I'm really happy and grateful for that environment. We've had a lot of laughter. And I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the relationships that I have. The relationship that I have with my husband is amazing. He's supportive, he's intelligent, he's super insightful, he's funny, he makes me laugh. Like, we love spending time together. We love going on dates. Like, we love working out together. We love cooking together. Our families love each other. Like, I'm so happy and grateful and appreciate him. Um, yeah, he's amazing. He makes me smile. He's handsome. He's fit. Yeah, and he's hench. He works out. I'm like, oh, blessed. I feel very blessed. Yeah, I'm happy and grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my connection, source guidance. Thank you. I'm happy and grateful. The finances just flowing in, like not even just from the invoice, but just as in every time I have a conversation or every time I look around, somebody's signed up for something. It's either somebody signed up and purchased the book, or somebody's signed up and, done my 5-day or done the boot camp or is ready to come into the mastermind. And it's like, wow. Excuse me. I love that. I love that energy. All right, I'm going to pull the card for today. I haven't as yet. So let's see what we get for today. For spiritual. Woo, did you see that jumper? Yes. Queen Yin. Queen Yin. Oh, care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Okay. Do what is right for everyone involved. I think I do. Page 90. All right. Okay. So Kuan Yin, sometimes yeah, is, I can't say that, Buddha-like being and the goddess of mercy, compassion, and love. Though she is acknowledged in Buddhism, and that Max was talking about Buddhism, Max husband, and the traditions of China, she goes beyond religion and warms the hearts of who call on her. She has a strong connection to healing energy, in particular Reiki. So that's what my student was on, and encourages people to offer care, forgiveness, compassion to themselves and others. Compassion is about recognizing the spirit in others, is about seeing that they come from the same source as you do. Love that. I love that. Extended message. First of all, the Keepers of the Light want to acknowledge all the service and commitment you have offered to others. Thank you. You are all love. If you are finding it difficult with anyone at the moment, the best way you can move forward is to go beyond wanting to understand why or how they are the way that they are. Just move. Yes, actually. I was like, no, I don't think, yeah. Just move beyond their behavior, mistakes, and challenges. This card brings a message of friendship and care, helping you see that those around you do have the best intentions, even if it doesn't always seem that way. Thank you for that reminder. Move into compassion and develop a greater understanding. This will elevate your spirit and connection to love. Oh, yes, child. I'm ready for that. All right. Okay. So we've done vision board. Do your vision board. Break down your life. Again, the link will be in the show notes and the cards. I love it. I was sharing the whole entire model today with my soul sister, and I'm just like, do you love that? She loves it. All right. Okay, how we want to launch our day, lead our day, and leave our day. That's our legacy, right? Doing it with ease, grace, and flow. How can you bring more spiritual freedom into how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day? Not gonna lie, I'm now setting up my year even more, and specifically over the next 60 days, because I'm like staying put. And I'm going to be doing my workouts. I'm probably going to leave them till the nighttime, this flow, and just get my work done in the morning, get up, do my thing. I want to do them in the morning, but my guidance just comes through and kicks in. So I'm just going to keep my momentum. So I start my day doing whatever I need to do, and then or listening to whatever I need to listen to with a walk, and then coming in and doing my work even more, and then just having breaks in between, fueling my body, doing all the things, and then leaving my day with a workout, and then talking to my husband, talking to my man. All right, talking to my future husband. All right, so how do you want to launch, lead, and leave your day with a more spiritual and intentional element, right? What does that look like for you? And then what are the 1 to 3 actions that you can either take or something that you want to let go of? I'm pretty on point. I'm about to have my vitamins. I've been drinking my water. I fueled my body. Like, I've had loves and hugs from family. I've got on a client call. I've scheduled some stuff out. Like, I feel really balanced and really cool. I don't feel rushed. I feel, yeah, and I've had connections with soul family in the DMs. Thank you for all your love and just being you and the kindness. And, somebody said to me, you really do make it fun. And I'm like, yeah, good. So I love that. So what 1 to 3 things can you think of do you need to lean into? And we're going to do the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. I'm going to let you go. This is the Soul Legacy Journal, 365 days of your spiritual awakening story, right? A co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. So when we are going through our spiritual awakening, we just are. And then we can find the tools and the things, the modalities, the resources that support us. And then, in my opinion, it's our duty as light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs and service-based business owners to use that soul guidance and with ease, grace, and flow, and alchemize it and give back, package it up and give back. That is what I love to help you do. So the Soul Legacy Journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day for you to spend. It's a vibrational money voucher. And there's rules to spending this vibrational money voucher. And again, it's the spiritual essence of money, the vibrational essence of money, for it to show up in your visible world. If you are like, I got money blocks, telling all these stories, blocking it, saying no to it, yeah, it's not cool. So this is going to help us with being in alignment. So we spend the vibrational money voucher every single day, right? This is the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge in the vibrational world first. If you've got resistance around money, you don't feel worthy of money, blah, 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 it's going to impact it, right? What you're willing to receive, giving and receiving. So we spend this vibrational money voucher. We tithe 10% to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is Compassionate Friends. They're a bereavement charity for bereaved parents. As I am one, I dedicate my work to my son, and I'm like, because his picture, I think when I'm about to say that, the picture just really catches my eye. An old man. He passed 8 years ago, and I'm just like not even gonna, because yeah. And so we tithe to a worthy cause, your worthy cause. Imagine that, just so many of us doing that. And then we spend it, but we come from the space that our bills are paid, our savings are done, and our taxes are just amazing. All right. What would you spend your vibrational money voucher on today? If you don't want to spend it every day with me, carry it over to the next day so you can buy something for a bigger chunk of money, or you have to spend it on Financial Freedom Sunday. So visualize, I'm going to spend mine tomorrow on Financial Freedom Sunday on all of my wedding stuff. Just saying. And feeling into that, it just feels amazing. Spend it on your experiences on your vision board, right? And then as you manifest, share them in the group. We've got the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge Facebook group, where you can body up with a body that if you look in the chat, look in the guides and you'll see everything. And you'll see in the chat the Vision Board Challenge is on my YouTube channel. I do the Vision Board Challenge, Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge live on the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time, Monday to Sunday, for all of these 7 areas. And you can come and join me so you can watch the replays and click to get notified when I go live again. I'm super excited about it because when we're banking this 50K in 50 days and we're doing it vibrationally, then what I invite you to do is come to my masterclass. Come to the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge for real in the visible world. And I've got a 1-page plan which comes in my book. Where's the book? Okay. Comes inside the book, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencer's Compass to leverage your Lightwork and Lifestyle on YouTube. There's a 1-page plan in there. If you purchase the book, there's a 5-day fast track movement marketing model in there. The masterclass comes, you can download the 1-page plan in the book, but I'm teaching you it in the book, why I've created it, so that you can bank the 50K in 50 days, so that you can create passive income streams, so that you can create leverage income streams, so that you're not tied to your business, so you're not trading time for money, so that you can actually hit your annual income goal with ease, grace, and flow, and follow those downloads. It's amazing. I love it. I've taught my students it. I'm still teaching my students it. It takes a little bit of a while to get it going and grasp it, but it's amazing. It just really is. And I know, like, oh, should you blow your own trumpet? Look, dude, it was guided to me. It's downloaded. These were my downloads. So doing the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, coming to the masterclass, again, we lead with our book as an author. Lots of authors don't know how to monetize their author platform. Lots of people don't even build an author platform. So many of us don't know how to monetize our courses. So many of us are creating courses in our head. So many of us are not monetizing our YouTube channel. So many of us are just coaches and not being able to. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, no more. Like, let's learn. So we bank 50K in 50 days in the vibrational world. You come to the vision book now, come to the masterclass of Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, and I will show you. It's a 4-hour teaching. It happens on the last Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. Register for it, and thank you for all those who are registering for it. I'm really excited to do this again. It's a 4-hour training. Do share it out as well, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this out if it's of value to you, or if you're listening to the podcast, please share that out. So we do this in the visible world, and I will share with you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many soul clients online. Building a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch is the bomb. It really is. It's and the more I share the model, it's like, oh, I love it. So I invite you to come to the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. You have bonus gifts, you have homework. If you want me to support you through the homework, I have where there's a video where you do the maths for the soul income game. I have a free chapter of my book if you don't want to purchase it. And I have a free chapter group coaching VIP day where I will walk you through the homework all for free. You've got 8 hours of coaching with me entirely on me. Because I'm tired of people making excuses. I'm tired of light workers being behind closed doors, not getting the gifts out there. Like, it's just, and again, it happens on the last Monday of the month. So, do come and get that support, because I know that there's many people like, do you know what? I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I've got all these ideas. I don't know what to put where. The vision of banking 50K in 50 days is better than what you think. And you're closer than what you think. And I have an affordable option for everyone. There really is. I made a vow to never let anybody be outpriced. But for those of you who do want to be in the mastermind, it isn't cheap, and that's okay, right? So banking 50K in 50 days feels amazing. Again, we have the monthly networking call for the YouTube podcasting partnerships for spiritual entrepreneurs with a movement who want to come together to co-create, collaborate, and connect and cross-promote. And the call that I had today, again, my co-author, my soul sister, she's like, this is going to be the movement. And she's literally defined her movement on our call. She had an idea that she'd work with another business coach. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, and we tweaked it. And it's like, yeah, that's a movement and a half. So I feel really blessed to support you. We've done the how do you feel, rating your vibrational frequency between a 1 and 11. We've done the vision board. We've done how you want to launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. We've done the intentional living book. It's absolutely amazing, from John C. Maxwell. This is what I'm talking about, intentional living. And he talks about, so when my ex-husband shared John C. Maxwell, I looked at the book and I was looking at the contents for the book, and John C. Maxwell says about partnering with value-minded people and surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And I say light-minded and joint vision partnerships. I'm like, yes, because that's what I'm teaching. I haven't listened to all of the book, but I was listening to it when I was walking today. Super, super awesome. And he shares his story, and he says that his mission and living intentionally is living in a way that makes a difference to his life, makes a difference to others' lives, and makes a difference to those people. He wants to serve those people who want to also make a difference. I'm like, yes, hallelujah. So we've done the book, we've done the card for the day, we've done how you want to launch, lead, and leave your day, what soul guided action steps you're going to take. We've done the bank 50K in 50 days. Your girl is out. So spiritual freedom Saturday, that's soul guidance. Check in every single Saturday of where, the universe is giving you those signs. And are you listening? Please listen, because as my soul sister said, that tornado is going to come, suck you up, drop you back down after all the chaos of where you were. And you're like, keep going into Tornado Alley, as she says. And it's like, no, just get the lessons and go for it. So that is it for me. I've got the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge for the masterclass. If you want to share that out, I would love it. And yeah, that's it for this episode. I will see you on Financial Freedom Sunday. Here is to sharing your gifts, shining your light, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Be blessed in your soul purpose. Take care.